The most important time in your life is when you begin, not when you end. So this is not about the completion of your degree program, but rather the beginning of the rest of your life. There were a lot of conversations just now about pathways to the US. And I'm one of those who took that pathway. And I'm back. The only thing I have to say to you about a pathway to the US, go out there, or for that matter, anywhere in the world, go out there and learn. Go out there and work. Go out there and see the world. Because we cannot, be macam katak di bawah tempurung pula. Are you with me? So, but you're coming from arguably one of the best places in the world. I can say this to you from the bottom of my heart. I have been there. I have lived and worked in these places, both in the UK and the US, and Australia, and Canada, and I chose to come home. Whatever they may say in terms of the tempurung, there is nothing like coming home. So, but I do want you to see the world. I do want you to go out there and work and garner as much experience as you can and bring that home. Because this is the millennium, the Asian millennium. Nothing has changed. Some 26 years ago, when I came back and started the group of companies that has grown into what it is today, and when we started, they were talking of the Asian millennium. They still are. And we are sitting in ASEAN. This is something I'd like to leave somewhere in the corner of your mind as you're preparing for your future and planning what you should do with the rest of your life. It's very easy to forget where we came from, to forget our roots, forget how we got here, because the rest of your life looks so much more interesting. But the fact of the matter is, this is the cradle of development, growth, and technology for the next 50 years. ASEAN is where everything is, and we are in the center of ASEAN. Malaysia is the glue that holds together both the northern states and the southern states. The 5 countries to the north of us forming the Indochina ASEAN, and the 5 countries who are by our side and to the south of us, forming the archipelago ASEAN. And Malaysia is the one bridge between these two. Of the 10 countries in ASEAN, we are the only one that is truly multicultural, all right? And this is meant to also be heard by all the Singaporeans in the audience. The Singaporeans may camouflage the fact that they are multicultural, but the fact remains that every other country in ASEAN, all 9 other countries, have one single ethnic majority of over 80, maybe 85%. We, on the other hand, are a true melting pot. We have a much more balanced population mix. And that's always going to remain so. Nothing is going to change in that fact. And East Malaysia makes it all the more interesting. The fact is, all of you speak English and Malay, which is very powerful. English is going to carry you internationally. And insofar as ASEAN is concerned, at least from the 5 southern states, it is in effect the lingua franca. Malay carries you from Indonesia to Singapore, which it is still the national language, to Brunei, and even to the southern part of the Philippines. Therefore, you have all of what it takes to naturally fit back in when you get back here. And this is the place to come back. I started here, or at least, I finished my school here before going out. And I am truly blessed to have done so. So should you all be. You are the most exciting time of your life because on one hand, you have finished what you started a few years ago. For the doctors, it was at least 5 years. For the others, you got about a 3-year journey that you have completed. And as you go out to join the working force, the first thing you'll remember is everything you have learned is basically going to be redundant. Because the world has moved on, and no university on this planet is able to keep par with it. So by the time you go and join the workforce, you are playing catch-up. That's what's going to happen in whatever field of endeavor you are in. And today, it is a time where there is a generational gap. The millennials have joined the workforce, Gen Zs are following soon, and they are very different from the previous generations who are represented on this side. Those of us on this side are generally, basically, baby boomers and Gen X, and we are quite a big divide away from them. Our way of looking at the world and problems are very different as are theirs. But having said that, this is to the graduates. Don't despair. Adapt, adjust, and accommodate. As Prof. Zita has said, this has been a slogan that I have lived with my whole life. You have to learn to be flexible. You have to learn to be not rigid. Now, if you can adapt and adjust and accommodate, and that's one advantage that you have, coming from a multicultural background such as we are, we learn to adapt, we learn to adjust, we learn to accommodate. And because we do all of that, and because we live in this multicultural mix that we come from, we can adapt anywhere in the world. Just, I hope that all of you will, as I did. The pathway to success does not lie in any knowledge that you might possess. Any knowledge you bring to the fore is going to be useful to take you up to a certain point. It opens doors, it gets you through the first stage of your life. But going on above that depends entirely on your communication skills, your daring, your determination, and your drive. You're going to take some risks, otherwise nothing will change. Not speaking up does not get you anywhere. You will find that out soon enough when you join the workforce. You're going to have to learn to speak up. You have to learn to engage. You have to learn to step forward. Now, all of those take some risk, but that's what it is. It is only in taking risk there is gain. No risk, no gain. Simply that. But do it because at this point in your life, this is where you take those risks. You challenge, you embrace your challenges, and you keep on moving forward. I hope that as you go out there into the world and start joining the workforce, you take with you some memories of your teachers who have worked with you ardently, your parents who have brought you into this world, and who have taken you this far. And keep remembering that it is your roots that's going to make you grow into a strong, vibrant tree. It is your roots that you need to remember throughout your life, and it is your roots that will keep you firm. And when you eventually, if you decide to come back here to your roots. For this is the one place you will always be at home. And as in the words of Prof. Zita, let me tell you, never stop learning. You might think that your journey of learning has just finished. It's just begun. What you have learned to do up to now is to memorize and repeat. But as you move forward, you're going to truly apply learning skills the way it should be, which is to adapt, adjust, and accommodate. Again, I hope you remember these 3 words, adapt, adjust, and accommodate. If you learn to bend, you will survive. Are you with me? Seperti lalang. Faham tak? Lalang faham tak? Yeah? Nobody speaks bahasa here? All the graduates, lalang boleh faham tak? Lalang. Itu dia. So, lalang is going to survive any storm in the planet. It's humble. Because it's humble, it bends before the wind. The strongest trees fall. We just saw it, in KL, falling on the roadsides, onto cars and everywhere. Powerful, strong, trees that tower over us fall because the roots are not strong enough. But the lalang, the humble lalang survived. So if I have advice to give you as graduates, be like lalang, serupa lalang. You will survive the world better that way. Now, I hope you take some of these words to heart. And the thing that I would like to share with you the most is to remember that the path forward is clearly something that you're going to write in your own hand. It doesn't matter when you were born, what your stars were like. Ignore all of that. When you have to study your hand to find out what your future looks like, you will essentially end up being a beggar because you have to open your hand to everyone. But if you close your hand and put it to work, then you will write your own future. So be brave, be daring, be determined, be dedicated to whatever you are going to do in your life. Consistency is a true superpower. Whatever you do every single day, you will become a master of. Now, you don't need to really improve dramatically. If you focus on improving 1% a day, studying something new, just 1% a day, believe me, the mathematics are, that adds up to 37 times in 1 year, 3,700 times. 1% a day is 3,700%, which means if you just did that, you will become somebody who's 37 times better than you are today. So that's all through a little bit of effort. But it has to be something new, something you have never done, something that adds value to who you are. And that's all you need to do. And be consistent. And wherever you go, remember, this is where you started out. I am proud of the fact that QIU remains a stepping stone, not just for students, but also for many of our faculty and staff. We produce some of the best. Because I've always said this, and I continue to say this, companies don't succeed. And this applies equally to universities. Universities don't succeed. People do. It's the people in this university that make us who we are. It's the people who leave us who grow our legacy. And it's the people that I'm talking to right now. Be grateful for the people in your lives. Be grateful for everything we have, because gratitude is the basis for true happiness. You can never, ever be happy without being grateful. If you get up every morning being grateful, if we get up every morning being simply grateful, you will find your day has already improved. You find your day has new beginnings. You find your day has some surprises. So instead of getting up in the morning feeling, oh, Monday, what do I do? Bosan, pergi balik tidur. Instead of which, you grab the day and make it the best yet. Be grateful for every day, for it is truly a gift. Yesterday, it's gone. Thinking about it, worrying about it is a wasted effort. Tomorrow is a mystery, and that's the way it should be. Leave it where it is. So yesterday, history, tomorrow, mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. The present is the only thing that you have and will always have. Make something of the present, and tomorrow will take care of itself. We started this university way back now. It's going to be 15 years next year. So 14 years ago, we came here with a dream, and that is to create a university that will stand the test of time, become a legacy project for us, bring back something to this country where I was born and raised, and make something that would be, again, a platform for all of you to start life anew. But at that time, we had numerous challenges, and we had to overcome every single one of them. So we started with a very simple vision that you guys have spent the last 4 years in, but this, hopefully, after 2027, will be QIU. At least, if you didn't graduate here, you should come here and walk through the place. Right? Have some coffee in the canteen with our barista over there. Take some photographs of this campus that you somehow missed. Come back and do your postgraduate studies with us at QIU after 2027. So this is the future, and this is phase 1. So we have very ambitious plans, but we have always been ambitious. That's been, something we have been many a time called for being overly ambitious. But here it is. They laughed at us when we started this company. They were still laughing when we started this university. Today we are laughing at them. And we are going to keep on being ambitious. We are going to keep on making a difference. Because that's what it means, making a difference, which stands for MAD. So, if you're going to be successful, be mad. Right? Sedikit gila, memang bagus. Sedikit sahaja. Yeah, sedikit gila memang bagus. Because the rest of the world, they may not be mad, but they are sad. So, let's be mad and make our lives something that meaningful and a great adventure. I wish you all a great life ahead and see you back again with us someday. Thank you.